How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Cozy Brews? I gotta just do... Yes, okay. I've got to do some more rigorous testing on my end, because that's the... I think it's the third time that I have started and the audio has not been functioning. So that's unfortunate, but, you know, we're here now. We're heading into season number 4. Wade Ball, Coach Wade, the Dragonslayers. Welcome, welcome, Cozy Brews. I'm glad you can hear my voice, and we're excited to get this new season started. We're gonna go a little refresher. Dragon. Oh, we've got a dragon, and this looks like that's a knife. I can't really tell these emojis. I gotta lean in close. A knife, and then it looks like somebody fighting. Great emoji choice, Cozy Brews. Fencing. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Very silly. But as you can see, Coach Wade took the reins in 2025. We've made it to a bowl every season. We've won 1 of 3 said bowls. We have not, however, made it to the conference championship. We've played hard non-conference schedules. We want to win the conference. We want to make it to the college football playoff. That would be crazy. But until we win the conference, we cannot in good conscience take ourselves out of the American. Our contract still wants us only to win 4 games, but we have our sights set on greater aspirations. We have our sights set on greater aspirations. So if we go and look at the team, quarterback has been kind of a rotating issue. We have not found somebody in the 3 years so far that we've really liked. So we went and picked up Bryce Baker out of the portal to compete with some of our other depth at quarterback. I don't know if anybody is going to be a true star, except maybe somebody that we're actively recruiting. We will see. Nightmare is our backup quarterback. He got in a little bit of game action last season, but he was not phenomenal. So we're going to turn to Bryce Baker to kind of helm the ship here. Of course, we have Bo Jackson, who broke his collarbone towards the end of last season, and thus couldn't play. I think he played 9 games, which was tough because he was the heartbeat, blood and soul, the heart and soul, of the UAB Blazers. So Bo is back. He is a junior. He's got a pretty high deal breaker. I'm kind of hoping he gets drafted, but he is one of our best skill players on the offense. We picked up a bunch of guys in the portal, running back depth, because after last season, Bo Jackson was the only running back on the roster. We have a freshman who will likely be redshirted, who we recruited last year, and then 3 portal guys as our depth here. Moving along, George Ring is our redshirt sophomore beast. Picked him up out of Ohio State, I want to say 2 to 3 seasons ago, or 2 seasons ago. I think this is his 2nd season, if I remember correctly. He's been an absolute monster for us. He's got 99 speed, 94 acceleration, 97 change of direction. His raw catching stats leave something to be desired, but you look at his route running, his jumping, there is basically nothing that George Ring can't do. Speed demon, platinum cutter, platinum double dip. I always forget what double dip does, so we're gonna have to go in and just check that real quick. Double dip is the improved double move routes. He's got improved cut moves as well. So George Ring's great. Bryce Kane and George Ring. Kane's been around for a while. We picked up Jacaden Ferguson and Robert Spain in the portal. They will also be key pieces for us. Our wide receiver room looks great. Ring, obviously, key part of that. Then we've got Carmaceo, Xavier Daisy. We finally have enough wide receivers on the team that Every single one is not in the depth chart, so we have a little bit of depth there. Picked up a couple tight ends, nobody really to write home about. Gavin Correa and DJ Reyna to go along with Britton Forney in the portal. So they'll serve key roles. Andre Ojulari. He was a 4-star we picked up. True freshman. He's going to get a lot of playing time. That's his deal breaker, and we need him because our other options are non-existent. BJ Burks, we picked up in the portal. He will be playing a key role for us here too. Cade Martin, our starting center. The offensive line really is the weak point of this team. Kyrie Abel went the entire season last year without allowing a sack. Started every game. Looked like he might transfer, but he's stuck with us. He believes in the vision of Coach Wade. So we got Abel coming back, and then Zamario would get. But as you can see, ratings along the offensive line not nearly to par with some of the skill position players, and that brings down, I think, our offensive overall. On the edge, we've got Jaden Scarlett. He was a key piece for us last year. Zachariah Keith and Deshaun Bragg. A couple big seniors important to us. Antavius Elder and Camden Hardy are on the right side of that defensive line. And then our defensive tackles are 2 star players, 2 of our best players on the defensive side of the ball. We've got Nnamdi Ogboko, the senior, the redshirt senior. I know they're going to fix this bug, but that has been quite annoying to work around. Should be drafted into the NFL, should be our first draft pick. Hopefully he can go high. And then we've got Cornell Burden, who was one of our first 4-star recruits with elite development. He is a true junior. We've always wanted, his deal breaker's always been playing time. We've always wanted to get him out there too. He's great. We'll see how good he can get. I think he gets injured to the point where he's not getting as many skill points as he otherwise could. We've got Matthew Seitz, who is kind of a sneaky last-second add, and he will be starting for us as a true freshman. We're still at the point, I think, in the rebuild where true freshmen can make a difference for us. Kenton Allen over on the strong side at linebacker. Ben Hanks is by far and away our best corner. And then we've got a lot of corners that are just okay. I had higher aspirations for Rayshawn Monroe, given that he came in. He was our other 4-star. But being normal dev, I think, has really hindered his ability to really boost his stats. So this team is good, but it is still lacking. We've got some stars, as you can see. Poop Butt is still here. Zendaya is still on the squad. Zendaya played all of our games last season. So good to see the chat name players still on the squad. The only chat name player that has left, Colby Donaldson, has exited. Colby has gone, I believe, to East Carolina. So we will check on him at some point and just see what he's been up to. Wyatt Martin, our kicker, I don't know if I love him, but he will have to, we're going to need to recruit a new kicker, and I think we already have one in the pipeline. Because after the little roster review, last night after the stream ended, I always think it takes just a little too long to set up the recruiting board on stream. So we went in, we added this beast at quarterback. I don't know why it's showing 0 scouting. We have scouted him. He looks incredible. 4-star. Looked better than the 5-star quarterback that we had initially put on the board. And then we went through and we've targeted a bunch of 4-stars, but we've also put some 3-stars on the board that I think are going to be gettable. We did that because I felt like we were losing too many recruits, so I felt like it made sense. In the early going, we're going to target our hours onto those 4-stars and a couple 5-stars that we've added to the board. I think they're all on the defensive side of the ball. I believe, yeah, we've got JJ Cush at linebacker, who we're really trying to nab, and then I believe 2 cornerbacks, Anfernee Vildor and Tim Miles, both cornerbacks that we really want to have on the team. So And then our kicker, actually the top ranked kicker in all the land had us on his board initially. So we will be pursuing Jamie Gizzy as well. As far as custom schedules go, I feel like we've been penalized a little bit for playing a harder schedule. So I'm just going to take the one that is out of the box, and we're going to go from there. And it says American Division 1 on our schedule. And I thought I might have accidentally put divisions into the sim, but I don't think that's the case. We have been locked out on Soma Sulai, which is quite unfortunate. Looks like we might be at risk for Bo Jackson leaving. We'll see. We've got some risk with Championship Contender. We'll get that up as we continue to win games. Looks like we're just outside of the top 25 as we start the season. Yeah, it says first in American, so I think that was just a little bit of a bug. Unfortunate, we get locked out on Soma basically immediately. Cedric Money, which awesome name. We're in the top 8 there. Get locked out on some of these other players that we had immediately added to the board. So we're going to replenish that. We're going to replenish those players. And we're going to also just double check that we do in fact have regular conference standings. It appears we do. Nothing has really changed. And UAB unfortunately cannot get out of the American until we win the American. Those are the rules that we have made. Coach Wade, I can't leave something without finishing what he started. Unfortunate that we lost out on Soma. We're going to go and find those other guys we got locked out on too. 2 edge rushers. But we need to find our quarterback in the future, so that's where we're going to start. I know we had looked at top prospects. We had looked at quarterback. Dalvin Conrad was a guy that we had put on our board with the big boys all in there. Don't know if it makes a ton of sense. I'm not all too interested in a pocket passer. We're locked out on a ton of these guys. But going down to a 3-star, I don't know how much sense it makes. I truly don't know how much sense it makes. We can look at Tyrell Dukes. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at this 4-star pocket passer. I mean, this might be a waste of hours. But it doesn't... Okay, Bibbs. Bibbs is locking us out because we have this guy on the board. So I guess we'll remove... We'll check Bibbs. Because it should only take 2 clicks, maybe 3. He's got decent speed, decent throw power. Decent accuracies. I don't really feel like he's our guy, but there was not many guys in the portal that I thought were really going to be difference makers. You know what? We can always pick up a 3-star. We're going to offer Bibbs a scholarship. I don't know if I really care that much about putting too many hours into him, at least off the rip. So what we're going to do, sort the board, and pretty simply down the line, we got 450 hours, which I believe is more than we had last year. But I believe 450 should allow us to go all in on 8 prospects. 8 prospects should be the number. So obviously on the 5 stars, we still have not landed a 5-star in this dynasty. So we're going to go for the 5 stars. And then we're going to be a little bit more selective about which 3 stars we want. I think we do need some major help on the defensive side of the football. And I think it makes sense to go for the guys that have us close to the top of their boards. Double down. Nicholas Duzabel. We will go after him. Ricky Stoke, the guard. He's getting a lot of offers. A lot of offers. We're going to put 50 on him. See where that takes us. Desmond Bibbs. I'm not as convinced that we need him. I'm a little wary of putting... We have the 100% scouting. I like him, I just don't know if I love him. We'll see where a scholarship gets us and kind of go from there. RJ Huma. I am a fan. We don't need as much help at running back, so maybe he's not the early priority. Cedric Money, we do need help at middle linebacker. Our best player is about to graduate. And we always need help in the trenches. So we can really go hard after 2 more players. And we're going to be aggressive on when we pull, how we decide to go after. We know we can essentially, I guess we can go after 9 players. This week is a little weird because we did a little bit of the scouting on the quarterbacks. But we can go after 9 players. So I think 4-star power rusher that has us. His stats are pretty good off the rip. He likes us. Let's compound that advantage. And the same on this free safety. Same on this free safety. I mean, he likes us. I might want to go for Zeke Karoma. So we're going to put another 50 on Zeke. We're going to leave our quarterback, leave this running back, leave Devin Manning, leave Frederick Duff. Actually, Duff, I think, will be the last guy that we put hours on. But we may take those off. We're going to see what it looks like going hard after. You'll see far fewer 4-stars, 5-stars than we had on the board in the past. Wanted to be a little bit more concentrated in the effort. And then some things that I want to do before we forget. I learned that this adaptive AI matters. And the mad scientist was just getting me a lot of blitzes called in Coach Suggest and in other things. So I think we want to be. We like the ground control, especially with the team we've built up here at UAB. So we're going to change that. And then the other thing that I wanted to change, just because it had been bothering me a little bit, is we want to set that minimum play clock time to 20 seconds so we have a little bit more time to make any adjustments. But everything else out of the box settings on Heisman. And we're going to advance the week. And see just exactly where we're at in a lot of these recruits and get ready for our first game. So it looks like we got locked out immediately on Kush. That's okay. We're really only expecting, at this point, we're still a 2-star school. We're still in the American Conference. So it makes sense that, recruits aren't chomping at the bit to come here, but they will once they see what Coach Wade does for the program. Looks like we jumped into the top 7 on Anthony Vildor and on Tim Miles, which is great coming from effectively nothing. Again, we're out on Kush, but that just means we get his hours back. I think we're going to give those hours all to Duff, and then just have 50 more on another player. So Frederick Duff, he's going to get the house. Let's see where we're at on all these guys. So Vildor, we're in 7th. Tim Miles, we've jumped up to 4th. Ricky Stoke, we've jumped up to 2nd. Bibbs, we're not there yet, and if we want him, we might have to put the hours in because it looks like Rice is slowly moving that grade up. Nicholas Duzabel, we are making moves on. RJ Huma, the competition doesn't look that stiff for him, so I feel like we can wait a little bit on him. Cedric Money, we're going to be fighting with some big boys for, but I still think it's a good investment. Devin Manning might be the one that we need to put those extra 50 on. It's either going to be Manning or Bibbs. And I think we want to go Manning. If we want any shot of getting in that top 8, we're going to have to put 50 on now. I like being a little bit more concentrated in the recruiting. Makes it a little easier to track. We're going to keep going down. We're just going to see how these 3 stars are panning out. I'm not expecting an insane amount of competition here. Looks like... I think this is... Jamie Gizzy. We're the only one that's offered the kicker a scholarship. Genus has gotten some offers. Some of these guys we might have to make offers on. If we are serious about getting them. But again, I prefer to not do that until we've scouted. It just might be too late when we do. We're not all that concerned about 3 stars. I don't think there is going to be a 3-star out there that we are going to be absolutely kicking ourselves for missing. But you never know. Coach Wade said early mistakes are expected, but the coaching staff is confident in the team ahead of the week's opener. We should absolutely dominate Jacksonville State. Absolutely dominate. Welcome to the 4th season of the Dragonslayer Dynasty. Very excited to get this one underway. It'll be a whiteout. Can't believe we are playing at Jacksonville State. They'll be playing in the All Reds. We're playing the moments as we always do. And let's see. Let's see if Coach Wade can bring the boys to American Conference, maybe even college football playoff glory here in season 4. I'm excited to see how Bryce Baker plays. Excited to see how Bo turns out this season, his junior season. This game should be ours for the taking. It really should. I think we're 30 overall points ahead of them. So let's see. 3rd down alert. Take control. Keep the drive alive. 3rd and 9. Okay, so they've got some bodies at the line. I think Ferguson might have the break. We're going to read Ferguson first. And then we read RB. Spain. Warren Spain with his first catch. Oh, it looks like one of our linemen is down. Cade Martin is injured. George Ring. Our stud. I think we will get the ball again. Red zone alert. So let's see. We've got Bo on the outside. Great blocking. I just was a little too patient with Bo. Should have busted it, but we will take our yards. We will take our yards. Correa's going over the middle. Our read's going to be Kane, then Correa, then Jackson. Correa gets 4 yards. Just keep getting the chunk gains. Keep it moving. Looks like they have the blocks. I think we want to run it inside, actually. They have fewer bodies there. Flip it to the other side. And Bo! What a big boy run. He gets stuffed behind the line, and he makes a big move to get through. Hello, welcome in, viewers. We're in the first game of the 4th season of Coach Wade, UAB Dynasty. I'm liking Kane's leverage on this route. We're going to look at Kane, then Ring, and then Jackson. Kane with the easy touchdown. Bryce Kane in his senior season cooking. Jacksonville State, this should be a game where we go out there and absolutely dominate. Beautiful way to open the season. The commentators were talking about how we were probably going to be mad that we were not ranked heading into the season, and I agree with them. I think we should be ranked. I think this team is quite good. Defense needs the help, though. We knew the defense was going to be the weaker side of the ball, but we do have some impact players. Our middle linebacker, Jackson, was an all-conference player last year, all-conference first-team player. We are going to run I know this is some match coverage. We're going to switch, though. Switch down. And just beautiful, beautiful clamping down in the red zone, as we've seen throughout this series. The defense just clamps when the other team gets close. Coach Wade has them inspired. He's telling them stories about the Amazon, stories about Boston Rob, and that's a beautiful, beautiful showing. Ben Hanks Jr. on the tackle. Beautiful. You know, obviously we don't love giving up the field goal, but we did a good job to hold them there. All right, I like the look of Kane again. We're going to read Kane, then Correa, then Jackson. Had Jackson free there on the Texas route. Just got to keep moving the chains, keep the drive alive. Let's see, can we run into the look that they give us? I think we can. I believe in Bo. The blocking's beautiful, and that's a big gain from Rashard Garrison, our transfer running back we picked up in the portal. Sophomore. He doesn't like our conference prestige, so he's likely transferring out. But if we can convince him to stay, he could be a nice little Bo replacement. He's in again on the next play of the drive. We wait a little bit. There's a flag on the play. It looks like it's an offside call. Bails us out. We could have gotten down to the 3, but I'd rather get the extra down. Offside, tough. Let's see, do we have the matchups to win? It looks like we do. And we get in, as we should be, against vastly inferior competition here in year 4 of the Dragonslayer Dynasty. The UAB Blazers, helmed by Coach Wade, just smash mouth football. Garrison stretching out to make sure we get the score. We're up 14-3. And we have another moment. I have a feeling we're going to be having a lot of offensive moments in this game. We're going to look for Kane, and then let our eyes go to Ferguson, and then probably Jackson. Bodied. But we find Ferguson easily. And Bryce Baker has made some just great throws. Easy throws, obviously, against easy competition, but he has looked good as the part of our starting quarterback here early on. Should have the numbers on that side. But I don't really have the vision there. Don't really have the vision. Let's see. We're going to be looking at Kane. Then Ferguson, then Reyna. Don't love this look, but Baker's got legs too. That's why we brought him to Birmingham. He's got legs. He easily escapes there. And Bo, he gets 5. 5 yards. Just keeps eating them up. We've got the defense on the heels. Don't know if I love this look. Just kind of run into the backsides of our offensive linemen. I think Kane could get out there. I don't know what has happened to Ring. I feel like I have not seen him out there. And simply too easy for the Blazers. Blaze up. Spark them up in the stands, UAB Blazers fans, because we are putting on an absolute offensive clinic. Although I do want to look at the injury report and just see if George Ring is out. Doesn't look like it. I mean, is he in the game? Very confused, as I feel like I have not seen him on. I feel like I have not seen him on many plays. And it looks like Kane has also leveled up in game his 360 ability to Heisman tier, which is exciting. We'll be putting some guys in the spin cycle. Bryce Kane, I mean, pretty easy. You can't make it that easy if you're Jacksonville State for us to just get across the face and get into the end zone. Looks like they score a field goal, and we're in the red zone on the 3. Minute to go, still in the first half. And Jackson also has Heisman tier 360. And Bo makes it look so easy. That spin move is simply too crisp. And that's no joke. We're up. I don't know. Did they say his 25th career touchdown, I think, for Bo Jackson? That's, I mean, 25 touchdowns. 25 touchdowns for Bo Jackson at UAB. Iconic player. Truly a transcendent player. It looks like it's still the second half. We can't get it off. I tried to snap it real quick, but we could not get it off. A little halftime update. We are up 28-6, firmly in the driver's seat here. This is honestly how I expected us to play. We've had 20 first downs already in this game, and it's time for us to take control again. 342 yards. This will be good for the stat sheets. We're going to be looking at Ferguson in the flat. If he's not open, we'll read ring. That was a dime of a throw. That throw needed to be in the tightest window. So I don't want to get too amped about this team yet, because again, we are playing Jacksonville State. But it does feel good. Bo just won't go down. Fights hard for 1 yard. We're going to look for Correa, then Ring, then Ferguson. They're not playing motion. Are they blitzing? And simply too easy. Simply too easy. The beat down is on, I believe, Bryce Baker, our new quarterback. They're going for it on 4. It's only 4th and 1, so maybe it makes sense. I believe our transfer quarterback has thrown for 4, or I think he's thrown for 4 touchdowns today. Let's see. I think they're going to go for a run to the left side here. And they get just enough. Just enough here. We miss. They score again. This is not a beatdown anymore. We're not getting in the game. The moments have absolutely sold us here. Honestly, little unbelievable here. And we knock him out of bounds, but that's a little crazy to me that we get not a single moment on defense to try and stop them after we had a beatdown on, and no offensive moments either. Practically simmed the entire quarter. And we get a big stop there on 4th down. Big end of game drive, hold on to the lead. Yeah, this is somewhat inexcusable. Have no idea how that happened. And Bo gets back to the line because he's Bo, but that was not the best play there. So we're going to look at Kane, then Correa, then Ferguson. Empty space, we have Kane. And that makes it 3rd and 1. All about being quick, decisive. And Bryce Kane's 8 for 70 with 2 touchdowns. I don't think they're going to be expecting the jet touch pass, but their front's honestly pretty weak, so we're just going to go with an inside zone. And Jackson gets the first down. Huge, huge play. I have no idea how this game became close. We were just in the moment screen. The last time we played, we had scored a touchdown. Don't really know what happened. We're going to get a little cheeky here. Call a play action pass. See if that safety bites. If that safety bites, I think we have Kane on the left side. Safety does not bite. But we've got Ferguson. Big run. Chewing clock. That's their final timeout. Bryce Baker has been phenomenal today. 29 for 38 with 298 yards and 3 touchdowns, I believe. Jackson gets a couple. Not the best day on the ground for Bo. Bryce Baker has kind of stolen the headlines in his debut game. We're going to look for Correa, then Ferguson, then Kane. There's nobody there, but nobody had the quarterback. And Baker's going to give himself up. Don't need him to take a big hit. That might seal the game. That might seal the game. They have no timeouts left. We'll see. It does give us QB kneel. And Bryce Baker seals the game with his legs. We just kneel out the clock. And maybe we have to turn Chew Clock on to get this win. Hello. Welcome, viewers. We're trying to lock down this first win of our 4th season with Coach Wade at the helm in the Dragonslayer Dynasty. I don't know why it's not giving me the auto run out the clock. It is instead making me just wait through these kneel animations. But Bryce Baker had a great game in a game that was pretty unbelievable and how close it was. Because from what we played, you know, the moments it didn't even give us a chance to stop him on defense. Just got closer and closer as we were helplessly watching. But Bryce Baker goes out. Coach Wade tells him we've had some just completely woeful quarterback play in the first 3 seasons of this dynasty, and Bryce Baker comes out. He responds with a debut showing that almost could not be better. So I don't know how really we just decided to start giving up a bunch of points in the second half. Gave up 6 in the first half and 23 in the second half. They ran all over us, which is mildly concerning to say the least. We had a great day though. 12 for 17 on 3rd down. That's a crazy clip. And 5 for 5 in the red zone, getting touchdowns. Threw an interception that wasn't me. Pinky promise. Other than that, Bryce Baker had a great day. 3 passing touchdowns, 76% completion. Bo did not have a great day. Bo was 16 for 41. Hello, viewers. Bo Jackson, our hero, not a very good day. George Ring, somehow, our wide receiver, I'm assuming these are jet touch passes. He got 6 carries, 42 yards. Although those jet touch passes wouldn't count as rushing attempts, so I don't really know how he got the ball in the backfield. Bryce Kane, 8 for 70, 2 touchdowns. He played a huge role. Jacaden Ferguson, our wide receiver, transfer, fresh on the scene, 6 for 67. And then, I mean, really a ton of receivers got involved. Bryce Kane leading the way, but, I mean, just a great all-around showing. We'll check on the defensive side of the ball. Cornell Burden, the star junior elite dev defensive tackle, our first 4-star that we recruited all the way back in Season 1. He had 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Camden Hardy, Rayshawn Monroe. I'm kind of surprised that as cornerback, Rayshawn had 2 tackles for loss. Looks like we got 3 sacks. I don't think we had any turnovers. But altogether, very good first game. Those are the kind of, I mean, I don't love how we kind of let them back into it at the end there. But from the offensive side of the ball, us controlling it side of the ball, I thought we played very well. Again, against a team that was far worse So it was to be expected. We're locked out on Amari Dearth, a 3-star guard. Let's see if any of our grades moved up. Brand exposure up to a D+. Hooray, hooray. You can find us on Tubi every Saturday. That's where we play. Don't have enough money for a big Fox, big ESPN deal. You can find us on Tubi. And Bibbs locks us out. That's unfortunate. There's really not a quarterback that's above Bryce Baker, UAB's Cam. Alexander, I don't know how much of that first game he caught. But, yeah, he was as advertised. This is what I'll say. I was stunned the first time that he made a play using his legs. I thought this can't possibly be our quarterback. I don't know why I went in there. Meant to go into recruiting. Had some guys lock us out. So, honestly, if you look at where we're at with the 5-stars, we're gaining some serious ground with Anthony Vildor. Speed kills. It wasn't even his speed, honestly. It was his accuracy in the pocket. He was throwing absolute dots into tight windows. I mean, he looked great. So Vildor, I mean, we're not in top 5 yet, so we can't hard sell. But we're making good progress. These are the 2 5-stars we're after. We're after 3. 1 locked us out almost immediately. But we are making really good progress on these 2 cornerbacks. We could have an elite secondary next year. This 4-star guard is in the top 5, so we can hard sell him. We can also schedule a visit, which we might do, just to try and lock him in early. His deal breaker is championship contender. So championship contender, proximity to home. We're gonna do a double soft sell. This one, so we can try and find out his deal breaker. So we can find out his third little one. It's gonna be one of those 2, and then we'll continue to DM him. I don't know if I want to bring him on campus. We're not actively recruiting a quarterback right now. There was just simply nobody that was interested in us that was good. We got locked out almost immediately on a couple guys. We might look at a 3-star later in the cycle, but simply just nobody fit our needs this cycle, which I suppose happens sometimes, unfortunately. Cedric Money, another elite name. C Money, might rename him to Cash if he chooses to come here. But we know he likes conference prestige, and we know he likes proximity to home. So we should be able to deduce his deal breaker. Conference prestige, proximity to home. Has to be this one. This is a good pitch for Cedric Money. I think we have a good shot at getting him. Devin Manning, Zeke Karoma. All these guys were still just in the top 8. Nothing will really change. We're recruiting pretty much every 4-star outside of RJ Huma left on the board. And it's looking good in the early going. A lot more targeted in the recruiting this time. We are also after Jamie Gizzy at kicker. Hello, viewers. I know, Alexander, on the last stream you had mentioned you wanted to rename our kicker Mike White. So that is firmly within the cards. Got Mitch Gainwell. All these 3-stars we are really not actively recruiting at the moment. Maybe we want to do so for this right tackle. 3 stars, so I don't really care. Not this early in the season. Coach Wade only goes after the best of the best, especially in the early going. So just removing some guys that locked us out. Recruiting is going pretty much as well as it could be in the early going. Taking on Georgia State. Second game of the season. Coach Wade is hungry for a win. Again, another team. We didn't change the schedule this year. Non-conference was just the auto-generated. They gave us some cupcakes. We are going to take advantage. We're going to play in the All Blacks. Or the, I guess, mostly Blacks. They've got the white helmet, of course. And they'll play on the All Whites. I think, honestly, I think Georgia State has some of the uglier uniforms in the game. They are not very clean. But they'll play in their all-whites. We're playing the moments, as we always do. Bryce Baker continues to forge his destiny, his pathway, his story on his UAB career. And it's very cool seeing all players we recruit walk out of the tunnel as we get deeper and deeper into this dynasty. But this should be, it's going to be a tough one. It's in the rain. We're going to test how good Bryce Baker's accuracy really is. Might be a bow game. But this is a team that we should absolutely beat down. Just like we were doing last week against Jacksonville State, although I don't know what happened with our defense in the second half. They're down. Take control. Keep the drive alive. They want us to run the ball. This looks like a pretty good front for us to do it in. Bo tries to get loose. I don't love that his wear and tear is already visible underneath his player card. I don't love that. Garrison, our backup, is in. We're going to look at Kane first, then Correa, then maybe peek up to Ring. I don't like any of that, and I should have gotten rid of it. I didn't see anything. Likely I missed it, but I didn't see anything. Coach Wade just saw ghosts all over the field. Call him Sam Darnold. We're going to look at Ring first, then Kane. And the pressure just got home too quick. Too quick. And the defense is doing everything they can to get us an opportunity. Offense not looking as good. I'm a little too slow to make these reads. Yeah, we can't get anywhere. Cannot get anywhere. Let's call a little play action here. See if we have a shot at Kane, perhaps. Correa, our transfer tight end, gets it in. Beautiful, beautiful concept. He beat his man so quickly. Big fella. Gets that touchdown. We go up early 6-0 on Georgia State. This is a game we should win handily. Third down. Keep the drive alive. 3rd and 2. Defense keeps giving it to us, and we've got to repay them. Bo is back in the game. That is lovely to see. And Bo stretches and can't get. Oh, and Correa, one of our tight ends. I think he's the one that caught the touchdown. He goes down with an injury. And another 3rd down to keep the drive alive. Offense having trouble with just those easy conversions. We're in some 3rd and longs. We're gonna look at Ring first. See if he wins early. And that pass, I feel like that should have been completed. Big field goal. We're going to take the points here. Wind's with us. The rain is kind of pouring down, so hopefully we'll get this in here. Oh, does that have the leg? Woo! That one had me scared for a little bit there. We need a new kicker so badly. You know, when I'm having in my bed having a pleasant dream, you know, sometimes it's of our old kicker Jonah DeLange. Simply too good. Okay, they score quickly, but we get all the way down into the red zone. Need Mike White to commit. We do need Mike White in the worst way, Alexander. We've got Bo. I don't really love this. I don't love this. I want to make it audible quick. Bryce Kane, I mean that's in a place that only Bryce can get it. But tough. I don't know. I guess we should have the personnel to just bully him, but instead Bo just takes a big hit. He's got high risk of injury. Oh, that's scary. In the second game of the season, Bo's already taken some big wear and tear hits. We want a quick route here. We're going to be looking at Ferguson. But Bryce Baker can also get it done with his legs. We need to really beef up O-line. Yeah, our O-line is bad. I was saying at the top of the stream, it is the weakness of this team by leaps and bounds, especially if you want to change conferences. That's true. That is true. That might be the position of need in the portal, because if you can see Bryce Baker, I mean, he just doesn't see what he wants, and he has the speed to just put the ball, cradle the ball, and get it in. Red zone alert. Still the first half. I feel like we've been getting, the defense has been doing a good job. Again, I understand big disparity in talent, but this is what you want to see against these kinds of teams. We're going to see if Reyna maybe can sneak outside. That's going to be the first read. But Ring is wide open in the middle, and he gets in there easily. George Ring. They're missing him in Columbus, Ohio. The Ohio State transfer, George Ring, has been an absolute godsend for us here at UAB. Blaze up for George Ring. Came away with the score. Looks like we maybe scored again. They're going for it on fourth down. They always make it seem like, I'm like, wow, they've given up this early. They're going for it on fourth down, but it is 4th and 1. They're about at the 50. And we are right there. That is not happening. That is not happening. We're in the red zone yet again. This has been a nice game for the offense to continue to get that rhythm, continue to get that confidence. And we can't quite get there. I'm going for it, though. The offensive line, though, as you can see, even against these weaker teams, they're not really getting the push. And still Rashard Garrison gets the easy run. Yeah, go for it. It was never a question. These teams, we're gonna do that. So we're reading the linebacker. We keep it with Baker. We don't want him to take too many big hits, but we do want him to showcase his abilities, of which there are many. We're going to be reading that linebacker. I feel like Correa might be open, but if not, we'll go to Ferguson. And I'm surprised that's not a touchdown. Gavin Correa almost gets it in for his second touchdown of the day. But instead, he'll leave it to the ground game. Try and get another touchdown. And it's simply too easy for UAB. We built this team up, and we are starting to beat some teams down. Third quarter, they're giving us another chance. We're going to try and go for the slip screen. We've got Byers. We recruited so many running backs in the portal to back up Bo that honestly, I'm not even sure who is where on the depth chart. That was bad following the blocks. Have to do better. Red zone alert. Let's see. Can we see what that was? 15-yard penalty against the defense. Okay. I thought it was a turnover there. We've got Garrison. Garrison is definitely our second back. I want to see, did Bo get injured, though? Or are we just we're playing cautious with him? No injured players. Okay, that's good to see. In this type of game, I am completely fine benching some guys. We might mass up backups in this fourth quarter because we are putting the absolute beat down on them. They're going for it on fourth down. 4th and 2. What does Georgia State have to lose? And we're going to be aggressive. We're going to call a blitz. Ogboko. But they move it with their running back. Huge, huge play. Only joking. We're going to skip some of these. If they really want to chew all the clock and go down the field, that's fine by me. They have a bunch of yards, but not a bunch of points. And unfortunately, only one of those stats matters at the end of the day. We'll be looking for Kane first. Then maybe eyes go to Correa. And then Ring deep. Oh, and it's a beautiful ball for Ring. I thought he might have it. We're going to get out of this game. They want to keep going for it on fourth. That's okay. Big win for the boys. No fake comeback in this one. Bryce Baker, excellent yet again. 277 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Bryce Baker he's come on to Bo Jackson's team and he said, "Watch me. I'm going to play so well that you're going to forget all about me." So really good game. I mean, if we look, they outrushed us. I'm confused. Looks like we ran for 155 yards, so I don't know why the arrow is pointing their way. They were abysmal on third down. That is probably why they suffered in this game. And we were, again, 5 for 5 in the red zone. That is, I think, what makes all the difference. Last game, we were also 5 for 5 in the red zone. We are finding ways to score when it gets, when we get close. Past few seasons, couldn't always say that. Bryce Baker. I'm mixing up Bryce Baker and George King. Big reason for it. Rashard Garrison actually stole the show from Bo. I don't know if Bo's just a little injured or what, but Rashard Garrison, he had the lion's share of the work, and he was pretty effective. Bo was pretty effective too. We saw that he had some wear and tear issues early on, and collarbone injury from last season could be lingering for Bo. Unfortunate to think about, but it may be the truth. Bryce Kane, another big game for us, 6 for 105, no touchdowns, but a huge game. Jacaden Ferguson, 5 for 54. Gavin Correa, tight end, 4 for 40 and a touchdown. He could have had 2. George Ring, 3 for 40, a little quiet, and a touchdown. Go on the defensive side of the ball. Bunch of players with a tackle for loss. Antavius Elder, Jaden Scarlett, Nam Diog Boko. You know the names. Matthew Seitz, the guy who snuck onto our roster last minute after we thought we had lost him. And then Scarlett and Elder with the sacks too. I don't know if we have really been getting any turnovers. I don't think we've had a single turnover these first 2 games, which is a little bit surprising. They'll come in time though. Great week though. We loved starting the season 2-0. That's huge. Got to win these easy early games. Build that momentum. Get closer to sneaking in. We lose out in some of these 3 stars. We don't really care about that. We want to make sure we get all of our top targets that are 4 and 5 stars, or as many as possible. We go up to B+ championship contender. And I'm confused because this, I guess, also takes into account not just your poll ranking, but also your mix of 4 and 5 stars on the roster, so that's probably why we're a little higher, but we're up to a B+. Could this be the year? I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, because this is a long season, long way to go. RJ Huma, if we want him, we're going to have to start putting some hours into him. But we are in the lead on the 5-star cornerback, Tim Miles. That is exciting. UAB has yet to sign a 5-star in the Dynasty, so that would be huge. We've sorted by national rank. Again, we're making big ground up on Miles. I see our hated rivals, Memphis, pulling up on our tail in 4th. We hate them for many reasons, but chief on the list is probably what they did to Bo last season. We cannot let them steal a 5-star recruit from us. Would be absolutely shameful. Georgia is absolutely going to town on this recruit. We know what the hard sell is now. It's hometown hero. So we'll switch from 2 soft sells to a hard sell. Try and get in the conversation. Hometown hero, where is that one? There we go. Don't know why it took me so long to find it. And I think it might be worth scheduling a visit. He's already visiting Florida week 4. Do we have a week 5 game? We do. I think it would be worth scheduling a visit. Maybe even getting Huma there for the complimentary visit. I think we get... we can't bring Manning in on a visit. We don't really have a lot of guys ready for a visit. That is the issue. But if we have guys that are close... Okay, perfect. Garrison Provo. Who is still pretty far off that we're putting hours on? Frederick Duff seems pretty far off. Nobody else is really recruiting him. Frederick, we're going to take your hours for the week. Let's be smart about this. It's a lower tier opponent. Apparently rivalry game against Troy. It's a lower tier opponent, but I think with the complimentary visits it'll make up for it. Ricky Stoke, bring the family. Bring the family, Ricky. And then we're going to go down here. God, I don't know why it takes so much longer to scroll like this. And we're going to bring Garrison Provo on a visit. Garrison Provo. You know what? Everybody just bring the families on down. We'll have a little family feud style setup for you. You can all hang out. Huma. It might be worth bringing on a visit, if only for the complimentary status. But we're going to have to take 20 hours off of somebody else. Or 10 hours. 10 hours. We know he likes playing time. What does playing time sell with? Could be that. Can't be that. Could be that. Could be a decent number of things, but it looked like there were only 2 that still worked. The clutch. The clutch, and then there was one more over here that looked like it also fit. Wish there was a slightly faster way to do this. So it's one of those 2. We're going to use 40 of the hours on Huma's visit. Do we really care if he comes? Not sure. We're not putting any hours on him, so I don't know if we really do. That's what I'm feeling at this point. So recruiting is going well. I wanted to check to see if there was anything wrong with Bo. I mean, if we look at his risk of injury is increased. That's unfortunate. I feel like Bo might end up being a story. We wanted so much for him, but he might end up being a story of what could have been. I don't know. It's too soon to tell. We're only 2 games into the season. But I don't know. He has had trouble staying on the field, is all I will say. North Texas, the Mean Green. Another team we should absolutely destroy. We should blaze up, and we should, absolutely set this team on fire. They're playing in their all whites. We're in our greens. Let's play the moments in front of the home faithful. And Bryce Baker's been player of the game 2 times in a row. Let's make it a 3rd. He has been very, very good. I know, Alexander, you were big on us snagging him in the portal. You really wanted him, so I'm happy we could get him, and I'm happy he's been so good. Third down, take control, keep the drive alive. 3rd and 1. Let's not get fancy. Garrison is in the game. Frederick Giles from the Mean Green. Huge get. Huge get. Pretty easy. Red zone alert. 5-yard penalty. Oh, we're on the 4, actually. Hmm. Oh, I don't like this. Calling a bootleg. Oh, this was not where this was meant to go. That was not how that play was drawn up. Oh my god, I flipped it, I think, because I thought it was the other way, but Bryce Baker... he's absurd. That was an absurd play. He was so much faster than those defenders, it was honestly a little ridiculous. That is not how that play was supposed to go. He turns the other way because that's where he's supposed to roll out to. And then those defenders look like they were walking in mud. Bryce Baker, a rising star, only 3 games into his career. We're going to try a jet touch pass. See how this goes. With Ferguson, our new wide receiver. Oh, I can't believe we got the first down. I thought he did not get it. Penalty. I've had a couple penalties in the early going. They've had 0 yards in the first quarter. We've been all over them. Look at Ferguson. Then Kane. We'll take that 4-yard gain. Just slowly grind up the field. 8 for 88. Or 7 for 7 for 88 yards for Baker. Got an empty set. Ring should be wide open. He isn't. He is now. He sits down in that zone. Beautiful play. Luckily, I saw that linebacker at the last minute, or that was going to be an interception for sure. For sure. Gonna look at Garrison. Ferguson actually might be that first read. He's there. Easy, easy. That's a huge touchdown. Transfer to transfer. Making full use of the transfer portal is Coach Wade. Again, are we playing the best competition? No. But we are doing what we should be doing against these teams, which is putting the beat down on them. Jacaden Ferguson, one of our transfer sophomores at wide receiver. He's been awesome. The defense gives up a touchdown. But we have the ball right back in the red zone. I don't like how many bodies they have. We're going to switch the play. We're going to read Reyna. And if not Reyna, then Correa. Oh, that was not the correct read. Not the correct read. Unfortunate. I believe that's one of the first interceptions. I think that's the first interception we've thrown with our new quarterback, Bryce Baker. Defense holds strong. Still a close game. Still a close game. And they've shown that they can clamp up on occasion. We're going to look at Kane. Not quite there. Oh my God, Bryce Baker buying extra time with his feet and then flinging it to George Ring. This is exactly what this combination looked like in my dreams. We're switching the side of the play. Don't know how I feel about this. Baker almost gets leveled, and we don't really get anywhere with that pass. Baker's almost got 200 yards in the first half. Bench concept could be good. They do have some inside leverage, but I do like Kane. Correa with a big catch. Bryce Baker crosses the 200-yard mark in the first half. He's 19 for 20 in the first half. I believe his only incompletion was the interception. He has been nails in the first half. We've spread him out. I think we're just going to run it up the gut. Blocking holds, and we get a touchdown. Huge touchdown for the UAB Blazers. Bryce Baker with an insane first half. Obviously, he doesn't cap off the drive. That's Lewis Byers. I believe he's the 4th string running back. So we're having our wear and tear settings are tuned. So, you know, we're trying to avoid injury at all costs. 2-minute drill. Let's get some points. Let's see what Bryce can do. Had a great game so far. And George Ring wide open. We're going to go hurry up. Took maybe a little too long to call play, although we did get the clock stoppage for the first down. Kane looks like he could be open. Hangs on to the ball. We're going to call one of our 3 timeouts here. What a start to the season. I mean, Bryce Baker, 21 for 22, 2 touchdowns, 227 pass yards. This is the first half. Kane has been a beast. We just take the check down. We're going to have to call a hurry up. I mean, that's 7 yards. I'm trying to get better just checking it down. We don't see anything. We check it down. Got a lot of bodies on the line. And I say that, take a big hit. Big hit. Saw a bunch of bodies at the line. Should have just gotten it out right away. They're blitzing again. Try to get it to Garrison. Can't do it. That's okay. We'll punt it away. That sack wasn't the best. But, you know, sometimes these things happen. They're not going to get anything. And now we're back in the red zone. We're back in the red zone. Team has been cooking today. We're going to look for Ring. Oh, and that's not where I meant to throw it. But what a catch! Oh my goodness. I pressed the wrong button. And that was an insane catch. Let's see that again. I don't even know who that was because that's not even who I was trying to throw it to. I was looking B. I thought I was pressing B. Jacaden Ferguson, the transfer wide receiver. Oh my. Takes a hospital ball, 2 hits, hangs onto the football. Absolute snag. This team is looking... I can't say it. I can't say it, chat, so you're going to have to say it for me. It's looking feisty is all I'll say. Going to be looking at Ferguson, then Kane. Ferguson into some vacated space. Gets that first down. Okay. 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. Don't need to do any... I think they might be blitzing, though. Cleared out of the space. We get the easy first. There's something fun. I feel like, and I've said this before, so maybe I'm wrong. I feel like I'm finally starting to understand where to throw the ball and how the different routes play off of each other. The running game has been, I mean, I don't know if it's just the offensive line. I don't know what it is. The running game has been not great. We're going to look at Kane and then Ring. Corner clamped on that. Still get a few yards. Still get a few yards. We'll take that every day of the week. Ferguson's got a lot of space. He's going to be that first read. But we're taking the tight end, and wow, that was a big hit. Brendan Reese smacks that ball. That should be good. I'm disappointed. This is a message to all the UAB fans out there. Not packing the student section. Coach Wade has brought this program from the ashes. We need some belief from the students. Got a lot of guys on the line. Believe it's going to be a blitz. We're looking for Reyna on the quick route. And we get it out before the blitz can get home. Gotta just keep playing smart football. 3rd and 2. Again, I don't know. And also, Bo, I mean, is Bo injured? He hasn't been out here, like, at all. You're kidding me. You are absolutely kidding me. Not again. Bo Jackson has broken his collarbone for the 2nd straight season. For the 2nd season, he breaks his collarbone. Oh my. It's watching a nightmare. It's watching a nightmare unfold before our eyes. It's not even against Memphis. I can't even accuse him. I wonder if there are any Memphis transfers on this North Texas team. I can't believe it. I was like, I haven't seen him at all. And wear and tear is one thing, but another broken collarbone. Truly some of the worst injury luck. Richard Garrison is going to be our main running back going forward here. And it's going to be a rotating cast of backups yet again. Stretch out for it. Garrison can't get in there. Man. 2 broken collarbones. Slightly unbelievable. I don't know if you're with me here. I mean, the score is nice. QB sneak. Yeah, I should have stat padded a little bit there. Oh man, I realized I don't care about playing a 4th down moment when we're up 38-7. But it'll be nice. We haven't been playing with the defense too much due to all the blowouts. Oh no. Yeah, we won't be playing another defensive moment. We'll skip that. We will skip that. We will skip that. We will play. We'll play some of the offensive moments. But I don't care about the defensive moments when we're up this big. All right. Reading Ferguson first, then Ring, then Kane. And Ferguson, simply too good. Simply too good. We're going to call, let's see. Is this probably stupid running a QB blast with our starting quarterback up 24 with under 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter? Yes. Am I going to do it anyways? Yes. Baker gets the first. We're not doing that again, though. I'm going to be honest. We're not doing that again. Just thinking about it. Should turn chew clock on. Now, just knowing the injuries that we've piled up, I don't want to kneel it. We'll run a couple more plays, but I do want us to get out of this game. Maybe we should put in the backups. We'll try and get it. We'll try and get another touchdown. I wonder how long Bo is going to be out. I don't remember what it was last time. We can't get it. We'll see if it gives us another play, and if so, big block, get some yards. Again, a nice win. Coach Wade celebrating out there, but in the 90% completion percentage for Bryce Baker, absolutely generational game. He has been everything we have asked him to be. I think we should be ranked after this game. That's what I think should be. Three and 0. We finally found our star quarterback. Just as our star running back goes down, we do still rush for 206 yards. Somewhat unbelievably. 29 for 32 for 301 yards, 2 touchdowns. Interception was my fault. Just a great game for Bryce Baker. Garrison rushes 29 times for 115 yards. Just a pure volume play. Doug Grubbs, 7 for 98. Baker gets in on the action. I mean, I don't even know when Bo got hit. Maybe it was on a block, because he doesn't even have a stat line. So I don't even know where Bo gets his injury. Bryce Kane, he has been incredible. 8 for 99, another big game, no touchdowns. Jacaden Ferguson, 8 for 85 and 2 touchdowns. He won some people their fantasy leagues this week. George Ring, 6 for 76. And then some other guys with some modest contributions. Defensive side of the ball, Camden Hardy, 2 tackles for loss. Kenny Pete, 1. And Camden Hardy with the only sack. We're not really generating pressure or getting much fumble recovers. A lot of weapons to spread it around to. That's true. Good thing you yeah. I honestly remember thinking in the transfer portal it was overkill. But I did think if Bo went down, we'd need a lot. He's out 7 weeks, so I guess if there is good news, the only good news is that he will be back for the stretch run in the season. The bad news, obviously, is that he is out for 7 weeks. So that sucks a little bit. That sucks, but we will rally. We will survive. Can advance the week. We're going to see just where we are at with some of these recruits. It looks like we're in second, third, first. Okay. Looks like we're making strides. We're still not ranked. They're hating on us. Again, you look at some of these. Bo Jackson playing style, risk of transfer. Okay. We'll see about that, Bo. But not a lot of players that are really threatening to transfer. He'll be back for Natty. Yeah, he will be back. He'll be back even sooner than that. Cedric Money. Looks like we might miss out on Cedric. The UAB Troy rivalry. I don't think we've actually played this rivalry the entire series. That's exciting, because I don't think it's... I believe it's a non-conference rivalry, and so we have not put it on the schedule ourselves, and we may have actually removed it, but it is a rivalry game to go along with the Battle of the Bones, as we are very familiar with against Memphis. So that's exciting. That's very exciting. But let's check recruiting. Money, Cedric Money, I kind of am befuddled how Auburn got him so quickly, but he's gonna be gone. We even had pretty good grades on him. We're not even gonna have time to do anything about it. Vildor, we're still making strides, and we're still making big strides on Miles. So we got to keep an eye on when these get into the top 5, because then we'll have to make a big move. Ricky Stoke, I believe he's on the visit. He's on the visit next week. That's brutal. Honestly, we have to take the points off Stoke too. We're not going to get him, and we need the help on the line too. That's just... I don't know what we're doing wrong, to be honest. we're getting beaten out on a lot of these guys. Duzabel's looking good. So these three top guys are looking good. We're going to keep Stoke on the board, though, so he comes for the visit for at least a boost to Huma, because we're going to put some points on Huma now. Do we know his pitches? We don't. So we're going to put Huma on the board. Yeah, Money. Cedric Money would have been great to have on the team, even for, you know, just the name value alone. But he will not be coming. Devin Manning. Zeke Karoma. We're making moves on. We're going to need to figure out his grades, though. He likes playing style and playing time. Playing style, playing time. It's got to be this one. So Zeke, come on down, be clutch for us. Bobby Collier. The clutch is what he likes. So we're going to go and hard sell him on the clutch. Hopefully we can get Bobby in. Duff, we're going to put 50 hours back on. Provo, since we're bringing him on a visit, we're also going to hard sell him so we can get in that top 3. And we simply, and it's against Troy, interestingly enough, that we are in this recruiting battle against. So I'm hoping we can make up some ground with the 50 hours. Some of these other guys are in their top 5. But yeah, I mean, if we look at just 4 stars, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 stars and above. It looks like we can. It looks like we're in the running for these cornerbacks. We're not going to get Stoke. We're not going to get Money. But I think there's a reasonable chance of getting the other guys here, which is huge. I'm going to grab some water, and I will be right back so that we can play this rivalry game against Troy, see how the offense looks without Bo. It's looked good so far, but Bryce Baker, he's got to keep cooking. We are back and ready to roll. Let me know if you can still hear me. Taking on Troy. Actually, that backlight behind me is going to kill me. Taking on Troy, our rival for the first time in this series. Alexander, who do you think is a fitting rival to coach Troy? We know that in this series, Bill O'Brien is Boston Rob. We know he went to Michigan State. We'll have to put them on the schedule sometime soon. Don't know who a fitting rival to coach Troy is in this rivalry. But we've got 2 rivalry games on the schedule this season, which is, that's fun. That's fun. Troy, I don't know if there'll be much of a competition. Oh, but the music is even a little different for the rivalry. Ozzy. How could I forget? Ozzy. Ozzy. I mean, look at the little sliver of Troy fans. This is UAB Blazer country. Dragonslayer country. After their battle in South Pacific, who will come out on top on the gridiron? Defense needs our help. Haven't seen one of these in a while in a game that was meaningful. Playing some match coverage. The Trojans flying down the field. Don't love to hear that. Don't love to see the star on their quarterback. Quick throw. We try and get a big hit stick, but they are moving it. Our ratings, as you can see, are far superior to theirs. You got Jackson covering the running back. Good blitz. They lose a couple yards on that one. I don't feel as good about our defense as I have in years past. I don't know what it is. I think our cornerbacks are weaker. We get blocked, and they waltz in for a touchdown. We're down early to our rivals from the Sun Belt. We don't love to see that. Third down, 3rd and 1. Got to keep the drive alive. Troy is showing, even though, again, they're like 20 overalls lower, they're not going to go down easy. Most of our firepower is on the offensive side. So this is where we have to win. Rashard Garrison gets the easy run. 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. We'll look at this double in sail. We're going to look at Garrison. But Correa's open. And the tight end with the touchdown. I mean, that ball was placed perfectly. Correa got a step. And Correa has sneakily been very important for us. I hadn't envisioned him having a big role. But Coach Wade loves calling his number. Picked him up in the transfer portal. Kind of an afterthought. A lot of bigger mouths to feed. But Gavin Correa, our tight end, he just keeps getting open down in the red zone. And that was just a perfect ball from Bryce Baker. He has shown up and shown he is deserving of the title of heir apparent on our team. We're going to call a little cover 3. Why are we playing? No, what is going on here? Why are we playing this? Why are we playing so deep? I have no idea what I just called. That was a mistake. If they had allowed that shot deep, I don't know why I called that or what I called. That was clearly an accident. But that would have been devastating. That would have been absolutely devastating. We're going to look at Ferguson. It's not the best route for him. We're going to see if Ferguson gets that break. We're going to scramble. And Bryce Baker busts a big one. Oh, he fumbles it out of bounds. We didn't really want him to take that big hit. I should have gone out of bounds earlier. But Bryce Baker showing he can do it with his legs. This is going to be a tough one. Going to look at Kane. Not really open. That's not just the wrong button, not the read that I wanted. They pull it out of the end zone, though, which was a mistake. That was a big mistake. And now we're back in the red zone. The defense held him there. That's huge. We're going to call a jet touch pass. But not that way. I don't know if I love this call. If Correa can pick up the block on the edge, we should be in business. Not moving with him. Kane can't quite get the hole. Can't quite get the hole. We know they're going to play us tough because it's the rivalry. Ozzy wants to show he's the better survivor player. But we're going to get the easy touchdown. Blocks held. Statement I never thought I'd say in this dynasty. The blocks, in fact, did hold. And we do score. Third down. Keep the drive alive. I like Byers here. And we just wait a step too long. The offensive line, I mean, maybe I should have thrown it earlier, but the offensive line is not giving us a lot of room for error. Big third down, make the stop. 3rd and 4. We're in a battle. In a battle here. Have not been able to score. Guess we're up a touchdown, but feels worse than that. And we stop them 4th and inches. That's a huge tackle. I couldn't see who made that tackle, but a huge tackle. We'll try and block the kick. We're trying to get this stadium louder. And they just sneak it in. Sneak it in past the upright. 2-minute drill. Let's get some points. This high-low concept. Got the inside leverage on Ring. They're blitzing. We don't have much time. We get out of bounds. Bryce Baker is getting killed back there. His wear and tear still luckily is fine for now. Great throw from Baker. We're going to call one of our timeouts. We want to get in. Get in here. I think the bubble screen's going to be open to Ring on the outside. We get the first down. We're going to need to call a hurry up. I think we want to look. Had him open. The read was there. But the offensive line is not giving us a lot of time at all. Not giving us a lot of time at all to make the read. They're bringing a lot of bodies to the line. If we can get this out to Garrison. Don't know where our lineman was going, but we'll take it. We're playing well here. Our wide receivers are way too far out. Give himself up. Bryce Baker's had a great day on the ground in the early going. We're going to get it outside. 3rd and 1. Get out of bounds. I think we're likely going to go for the field goal here. But I think Correa might be open on this route. He's got a step. That was just not far enough. Not far enough. Not far enough at all. It has been a battle in this game. I don't even think that was necessarily the bad read, but it did not work out. Called a slant. We rolled out with Baker. He's not going to be taking hits. We need to keep him alive, keep him in the game. But that's another great run. That's why we have Bryce Baker in. That's why we brought him in. He's got the legs. Ferguson will take our 4 yards. Interceptions they've been my fault. Some bad reads, but they have not been great this game. Playing a zone. Ferguson's open again. Gets the first down, 1st and goal. This is huge in this rivalry game. 192 yards passing, 76 yards on the ground for Bryce Baker. He has been awesome. Get a few yards with the run. Have not been... This has been probably our least successful team running the football, and no coincidence that Bo Jackson is not in. We're going to call a QB draw here. They don't have the bodies. We try a QB draw. They had no bodies in there, but the offensive line, they just cannot hold their blocks. It's a big issue. And that's just a terrible read. Third interception of the day for Bryce Baker. And it has been one to forget. Largely me to blame. Thought the running back was uncovered in the flat. He was not. And we're on that one with the user. They don't convert. But the defense needs our help again. We got to keep them out of the end zone. We have to hold them to a field goal. Defense has played admirably, but the offense has kind of let them down today. The line holds up strong. 18 for 103 on the ground for Waters today. We've not taken advantage of our opportunities today. Screen, screen. And who else but Ogboko blows up the screen. Just a beautiful play. We're going to switch to a Tampa 2. We're going to play on the line with Ogboko. But we wrap them up. They're going to have to settle for 3. Maybe they'll go for it. I don't know why this is our only suggested play. You know, sometimes I like calling the plays ourselves, but I don't know why that was the only coach suggestion option available. And they bounce off the tackle. That's unbelievable. Gonna give him a double mug look. We need a stop here in the worst way. And they score a touchdown. We're not even getting the opportunity to come in on offense. Frustrating. And Cole Perkins, 10 for 108 today. This is frustrating. This is frustrating, and largely because the offense has not been able to convert. Troy's an 0-3 team. They showed up for rivalry day. They're burning the clock. I've already called one timeout. Oh, hit him harder. Get him to fumble. Calling a timeout here. 2nd and 11. And we bully him. We're calling another timeout. We really, really need to stop him here. If they get a first down, it may be over. Huge sack from the defense. Antavius Elder. Big sack. Make the field goal a little bit harder. We're still going to have to drive the length of the field. But, I mean, that's just a big sack. From the blind side, Antavius Elder gets to the quarterback in a big spot. We don't want a penalty, so we're calling the safe man. Huge. We have to lock in here. Tried and true. Touchdown wins the game. Big drive down for the lead. We've got no timeouts. This one will be tough. We read Ferguson. Then ring. He's got his man. We've got the speed with Kane. Look for Correa if Kane's covered. There was the linebacker over the middle. We didn't read him correctly. We're going to hot route Kane. Speed out. Kane with a beautiful move. And he gets out of bounds. Big, big, big. Huge pickup for Kane. We're over midfield. Oh, they read the screen. They blow it up. Not a good play call. Not a good play call. We've got to get the play off quick. And our running back makes a great play. It's 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. We are locked in. 4-down territory, obviously. Ferguson, huge play. We're running to the line yet again. We've got a little bit of extra time. Switching the play call, switching the side. We're losing some seconds, but we're close enough where the time may not be our enemy. Bryce Baker. He runs for the touchdown! Huge play in the rivalry. Touchdown, UAB! Whew. I'm sweating a little bit. Maybe we scored too quickly. But I saw the lane. I saw everybody cleared out to the other side. One man to beat to the pylon. And Bryce Baker. Huge, huge play. Defense, time to shine. Why are we in a blitz concept? We're going to call Tampa 2. We're using Ogboko. Let's get some pressure. Let's force a bad throw. I don't know how we bite on the play action. They only need a field goal. I don't know how we bite on the play action. Defense, what are you doing? We need a big play here. And Burden with a huge sack. They're forced to burn a timeout. That is a massive, massive play. Burden with a huge sack to knock them. I mean, they weren't in field goal range yet, but to knock them a little further back. Another huge pressure from the defensive line. If the defensive line keeps playing this well, we can keep dropping a bunch of guys back in coverage. User and Ogboko again. 3rd and forever. No, no, no way. How do we not get a hand on him? We're calling a blitz. We need to be a little aggressive. It's still a 50-yard field goal. Burden almost gets to him in the pocket. We're calling a blitz on the weak side. I'm desperate to get some pressure. Desperate to get a sack. They're going to spike the ball here. I mean, we got to try and block it. Get loud in here, UAB faithful. Hey, drill it. simply cannot win a rivalry game. Cannot beat a rival to save our lives. Unbelievable. We go all the way down at the end of the game with the offense. I mean, put together a beautiful drive, but it's not enough. The defense cannot hold them. My God. My God. The lone saving grace was that that was not a conference game. But, I mean, that was abysmal. We lost the turnover battle, and that's what cost us. Turnovers in the red zone. It's just terrible. Bryce Baker, I mean, I know he had the 3 picks, but he really was who was keeping us in the game. I mean, 97 yards on the ground too, including that huge touchdown. Huge touchdown. Otherwise, our running backs did literally nothing. Nobody really tore up the stat sheet. George Ring, 5 for 63. Jacaden Ferguson with a good play. I mean, the defense, they played well. Some big sacks. Antavius Elder and Cornell Burden had sacks when the game was on the line, but I don't know. I think we might be capped a little bit with this team because the defense does not have real stars in the secondary outside of Ben Hanks Jr. And he can only be one place at once. That was brutal. That was just brutal to watch. Brutal to undergo. I mean, that's not what you want to see in that spot. We knew we weren't getting money. We knew we weren't getting Stoke. So those come as no surprise. I want to see how far our grades dip. Championship contender drops to a B. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I think we were on the cusp of being ranked, but we clearly showed in that game we are just not close to playing well enough. Nicholas Duzabel reached his top 5. Anthony Vidor. Brightside. I'm a brightside kind of guy. Coach Wade's a brightside kind of guy too. Cedric Money off the board. We are looking in the pole position on some of these 5 stars. We know he likes playing time. We got the UAB fight song playing. We know he likes playing time and proximity to home. So we can try and guess his hard sell now. Possibly schedule a visit. Playing time. Playing time and proximity to home. I think it's. Oh wait, no, it's this one. We've got a good pitch. An A-, an A+, and then a D+. So could be better, obviously. Our next visit isn't until week 9. We may try and schedule it anyway, just in case. Can't change it on Miles. Stoke is gone. Man, that was a brutal loss. Still thinking about it, not gonna lie. Duzabel, we've got to get his playing time, coach stability. We've got to just kind of set up all these hard sells. Does not help that I forget which hard sells are which. For max speed here. We've got Huma. He's coming on campus this week. Playing style, coach stability. Coach stability, playing style. It's got to be coach stability, playing style, proximity to home. Team player, we're not close to Mission Hills, California. But that's okay. Devin Manning, playing time. We don't know pretty much anything else about him, but we probably will be able to guess his sells. Playing time. Not that one. Likely the clutch. It is the clutch. Devin Manning, please, we need you to come. We need you to be a tackle that can actually perform. Because our line has been bad. Not the cat's pajamas, as the kids are saying. I hear the kids are saying the cat's pajamas all the time these days. Frederick Duff still in the top 8. So don't really need to move these points around. We're still doing well on Jamie Gizzy. Garrison Provo, I think with a good visit week, we overtake Troy. Although they did just beat us. So joke's on us, I suppose. I think we overtake Troy with a good visit and sign Garrison Provo. We need the help on the offensive line so badly. It's not even funny. We take on USF. This is what was our first game in conference play? I must have totally missed it. North Texas, I guess that was a conference game. I honestly did not even realize. So we're taking on USF in our second game in conference play. At least our other rivalry game against Memphis, that's a conference game. We should have beaten them. Some bad decision making on my part causes us to get to lose the game. They'll be doing the whiteouts. We're playing the moments. Let's get after it. Man, tough. Very tough. We've got some recruits on campus. Let's put on a show for them. 5th game of the season. Lost. I mean, that was a stinker. No way around it. Defense needs our help immediately. Not a good sign. Coach just is in love with the concept of us blitzing. I, however, am not as in love with that concept. 3rd down. Let's get through the line with Burden. We just give up acres of space. Maybe coach was onto something with the blitz. The zones were just way too deep there. And absolutely stuffed that running attempt. Mitch Brown goes nowhere. I think they might be running a hurry up, which is quite annoying. And that was just not the play call. We're not locked in. We have to be locked in on this 3rd and 3. Keep the drive alive. Bryce Baker deserves better. Kane's going to be that first read. Don't love any of that. Everybody was stacked up on the other side of the field. It's just not going well. Not going well at the moment. This isn't even, tough team that we're having to face. We vacate the zone. Pressure can't get home. Whew. This team is not playing well. I'm not playing well either. Stop the run there. Kenny Pete comes in. The hurry-up offense, I'm not a big fan of. Quite annoying to face. But we stop the run there. Keep running your little hurry-up. Gonna drop into a cover 2. Let's get some pressure with this defensive line. Come on. And we do. That's Cornell Burden with the sack. Huge. We hold him to a field goal. We need to score on this next drive. If the almighty moments bless us with an opportunity. And we got to take advantage. Moments do not. We're back on defense. Offense has done absolutely nothing early on in this game. Still plenty of game left, as we learned just last week. They go nowhere. And Cornell Burden with the big tackle. He has been money. We score a touchdown in sim. Don't know how we did it, but we do. It's huge. Should have the bodies here. And that's a good little gain for Lewis Byers. 3 for 50 today. I don't know what play this is. I don't know what play I called. Got a little screen. Beautiful play. That's a 9-yard gain. Let's get in again. Let's take the lead. Big conference game. It's a blitz. And I can't get out of it. I saw the blitz. I don't know where I should have gone there. Someone smarter than me would probably know. And I can't even make the tackle. I'm knocking over trash cans underneath this desk. That just can't happen. I can't play defense right now. I'm too disgusted with these reads. No time to waste. Kane with the easy catch. We'll take our 5 yards and the clock stoppage. Just a tough. Why is we gotta flip the side of this? I don't know why we had those routes in that concept. And we saw that coming open. Spain, the wide receiver transfer. That's a huge. We had the streak, pull the coverage, pull the zones off him. Playing the zone. Ring gets behind the zone with his speed. We've had some good gains back to back to back. Need to lock in here. Motion. Correa gets lit up in the backfield. Should have audibled out of that. It might be time for a shot. We believe in Ring, and he can't make the catch. Got a little greedy there. A little greedy. Middle of the field should be open. Defense is kind of moving around a little bit. Kane gets out of it. We're going to take our points here. Bring it to one possession game. We've played well. Well, relatively speaking. Well to drive down the field on that drive. We'll limit it to that. 3rd down, take control, keep the drive alive. 3rd and 10. So levels concept here. There was just... my eyes were all over the field. Don't know what I was looking for there. Simply have to have it. And we're wide right. Oh, no. Big 3rd down, make the stop. Strong side blitz. Let's get some pressure. Burden had some electricity under him. They can't catch it. They'll settle for a long field goal. And they can't get it. We're on the 12. Simply have to score here. They're stacking the line. We have to make them pay for it. Call a bootleg. Oh my goodness. Talk about an escape artist Bryce Baker evades the sack, fires it into the end zone. My man. Gavin Correa, sneaky athletic freak, just powers his way into the end zone. That one was close. Bryce Baker escaping the what would have been surely a sack last season, had we had Brock Glenn, excuse me. Had we had Brock Glenn back there, that was surely a sack. But Bryce Baker, simply too good. Tight game here. We get through the line, but that was close. Did I read that correctly? Did that say 7 for 122 yards? What is our defense doing in the run game? Runs into his own man, and just can't get there. Interesting. On the 1 yard line. Got to hold tough here. Offense looked a lot better on that last drive. No. That was not right. They've got 18 yards on the ground. I knew I did not see that correctly. I was like, there was no way. Absolutely no way. How do we crash the line? Blitz, and they don't get into the end zone. Huge play. We're going to call a safe man in case they get in any funny business, but they should nail this easily. Okay, they're up 3. Hopefully we get a chance in the moments. It's our time to shine. 3rd and 1. We're in field goal range. They're pressing. We're going to hot route ring on a streak. We're going for it all. And George Ring, huge touchdown. They had no safety help pressing us on the line. We get the hot route. George Ring beats his man off the line. He's got nothing but space, and all that was left to do was make sure the throw was online. And of course, because it's Bryce Baker, perfect ball. We retake the lead. 3rd down, keep the drive alive. Clock is moving. A draw is interesting to me, but also a little terrifying. I'm too afraid to run the ball. Mesh concept. Look at Garrison. Look at Reyna. Look at Correa. And we just take the side. I was too afraid to throw an interception. Big end of game drive. Hold on to the lead. Got to turn shoe clock on. Oh, I thought we could get to the edge. Unfortunate. This is where you miss Bo most. You're not kidding. Ferguson is open, and that is a dot. Oh, if we had just turned a little bit more upfield, that's a first down. And going out of bounds is actually really not good for what we're trying to do here. We've got our 2 studs, our 2 tight ends. I don't like any of these throws. We just throw it away. There was nothing there. Baker, though, is so exciting. I'm just trying to escape the pocket there. I didn't see anything. If I go back and watch the recording, I'll probably see something. Game is on the line. Got a bunch of guys over here. Take the check down. They do need a touchdown. We're covering the running back. I'm locking in, sitting forward. That was my man. Defense plays tight, plays tough. We're audibling to a cover 2. Crash down, and there's no way they're making that. Huge play here. Huge play. Tampa 2 with some simulated pressure. Hardy, we're dropping back into the zone. And it's intercepted! Kenny Pete! That's what we needed. Huge play from the defense. A huge play. That was what was missing last week against our rivals in Troy. That was a huge play. Kenny Pete with the interception. The box specialist, senior. He's been with us, I believe, the entire UAB Dynasty. That was absolutely massive. And we get the first down. Does he go out of bounds? He does. That's unfortunate. That effectively does nothing for us, except gets us closer to a field goal. Force him to call a timeout. We're in true clock. Gonna take this short throw. Thought it might be open. QB Neal should get us out of this game alive. Not going to be good for the recruits. But it's going to be great for the win column. 4-1, 2-0 in conference. We shake off that nasty loss last week, and we come up in the clutch. 2-18-2 for Bryce Baker. Not his best game that he's played, but he was still very good. Very good. This throw was beautiful to hit ring on that audibled hot route. He scrambled out. I wonder if we probably have that one. I want to watch that one again. We're going to look at the highlights. So it might have been in the second quarter. I'm looking for a touchdown. I don't know where it would be. Perhaps in quarter 3. Yes, this play. I mean, there's a reason. There is no reason that this defensive end should not have him dead to rights here. Bryce can't even see him. He turns his head. He feels the presence. Escapes to the outside. Still has his eyes downfield. Defense thinks he's going to run. Vacate the area. Correa goes up. Gets it. Touchdown. I mean, that's absurd. Unblocked rusher on the outside. That is a sack with any other quarterback that we have had in UAB Dynasty. That's a sack with any other one. But not Bryce Baker. Bryce Baker is built different. Tight game. First time I think we didn't win the first down total offense battle. 207 yards on the ground. 218 through the air. Baker again. 218 through the air. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Wow. I guess in sim, Doug Grubbs, 7 for 122. 17.4 yards a carry. That is a crazy game. 3 20-plus yard runs. Good day at the office. Rashard Garrison, 12 for 55. Baker, because of the sacks, is in the negative. Lewis Byers also had a great game, too. Bryce Kane, 7 for 62. George Ring 4 for 68 and that huge touchdown. Correa 2 for 8 and that other big touchdown. On the defensive side of the ball, oh my God, Cornell Burden had 5 tackles for loss, including 2 sacks. Ogboko 2 for 1.5. The big interception from Kenny Pete, that's one of the first turnovers we've had all series, or all season. But wow, 5 tackles for loss for Cornell Burden in one game is, I mean, he's making his name as one of our best defensive players. Should be a decent enough visit for the recruits. Maybe we should have, I mean, blowing them out obviously would have been better, but we did get the win. So, can't complain. We get a signing very early. The right tackle, Garrison Provo from Phoenix City, Alabama. And we're in first on a bunch of guys. A bunch of guys. That looks good. Championship contender doesn't move. We're decently close to a B+, which I think is what we need if we want Ferguson and Spain to stay, which that would be nice. Bo Jackson is less concerned about our playing style, I think, after that huge game on the ground. You know, maybe he's happy now. So we're going to sort again. So it looks like I want to get the Week 9 visit for Vildor, because it looks like Tech's getting Week 10, Florida State's getting Week 13, so maybe we can try and lock him up before then. Got 50 hours, so we're going to sell him on playing time. It's A+. We'll try and bring some complimentary visits along for the ride. Miles, we have a little bit more time on. We're also going to have to try and figure out his hard sell now that he's in the top 5. So we know he likes brand exposure and playing time. Could be that one. None of those. Brand exposure, playing time, pro potential. So it's one of those two. It's probably worth spending the extra time to figure out which one of these it is. We're going to soft sell him on both of these two. DM him. And then schedule him for the next week so we don't get the competitive visits, because he's a little bit further back in the process. We know he wants playing time. So go ahead, attend a position meeting. Nicholas Duzabel. We do have his pitch right. I feel pretty good about him. I think we'll get him without needing a visit. RJ Huma. We're still a little bit behind UConn. That hard sell was actually incorrect. So he likes coach stability playing style. Coach stability playing style and not proximity to home. I didn't even know if there was another one that had that. Playing time, it's likely. Okay, well, we might have cost ourselves a shot at this running back, RJ Huma. But, you know, sometimes you're a little too aggressive. You think you know a little bit too much, and you got to pump the brakes. Devin Manning, it's looking good. We'll schedule a visit if we need. We're looking for complementary players for the cornerbacks, which I don't know if it's just like, is it just if I bring Duff on campus? Because I think we will do that. Duff with Vider. Send a position meeting. We'll spend a little bit fewer hours on him this week. Clutch, 10, 15. I'm not too worried about getting Duff. Bobby Collier, he's going on a week 7 visit, which is quite soon, with Mississippi State, and they might get him, but there's not really much more we can do. I'm hoping we can get him before then, though. What week is it? actually. Would be good to know. It's week 6. So our only shot at getting him before he visits... I mean, it could trigger a recruiting battle. We'll see. Let's sort this by this again. So we had Duff come in as a complimentary visit. We're in the top 5 on some of these 3 stars. Not a lot of people interested in a lot of them. Provo committed, as we saw. A couple more guys were in the top 5 on. It's tight end too. Defensively, I want to know who else can. Like if we put Bobby on there, I don't think it does anything. So unfortunately, unless we get some of these other guys onto into the top 5, we're not going to be able to really do anything about it. Unfortunate. So if we look at the recruiting stage, yeah, we need that. That bar doesn't look like it'll fill up in a week, but we'll see. Frederick Duff, Nicholas Duzabel. Some of these guys are getting closer. But I'm the most interested in these 5-star guys. In Anthony Vildor, who we have coming relatively soon. And in Tim Miles, who we've also just signed up for a visit. So, very curious to see what happens. I think I'm going to play one more game in the stream and then a little tired, so then we'll hit the hay. But we're going to finish off the stream as we usually do. We usually do, I feel like, 6-6 games. So 4-1 in this first stretch, looking to make it 5-1. Playing against Bowling Green. Let's see. We can wear that. Let's see. These look like Browns jerseys to me. I kind of like that one. That's a nice jersey. We'll go with this one though. Or we'll go the orange one. Play the moments. All right, time for the final game of the first half of Season 4 in the Dragonslayer Dynasty. Recruiting's going a little bit better. The games have been a little shaky at points, but Bryce Baker does seem like the truth. Late night adventures. We're at Bowling Green. Non-conference game in the rain. Looks pretty hype. Stands pretty empty. Can't blame them. It's pouring rain. And if they are Bowling Green, I don't know how good they are, how good they have been over the past few years. But I don't blame them. 3rd down, take control, keep the drive alive around the 37. 3rd and 2. Rashard Garrison. It's time to make your money. Checking the blocking. We get good enough blocks. We explode through the hole. That's a big, big gain. 3rd down. Keep control. Take control. Keep the drive alive. Baker has gotten some hits. His wear and tear is active. Don't know if I love that. Clears out. Kane, make a man miss. Can't do it. 4th and 5. Gonna have to kick. Coach wants us to go for it. Okay. We'll go for it. Blitz. Ring is open. I thought Ring might just run his way into the end zone, but now we're in the red zone. Huge call to go for it. Trying to keep Bryce Baker out of harm. He's got some wear and tear. Our backup is Nightmare. The screen. Acres of space, and Byers gets in. Passing touchdown. Great blocking. Great blocking to get in. I just heard somehow Bowling Green's a top 10 defense in college football. Lewis Byers, great hands, great blocking from the pulling offensive lineman. Just a great play all around. Happy we went for it on 4th down. Big 3rd down, make the stop. I always like getting weird with our coverages. We're double bracketing. And they run it, and they go absolutely nowhere. 3rd down, take control, keep the drive alive. This is where we just got to keep making our money. Stopped pretty quickly, but, you know, all that matters, we get the 1st down. 3rd down, take control, keep the drive alive. 3rd and 9. I kind of like Kane on this, but we're going to look, if Kane's not open, we're going to look at Ring. We waited till he hit his break. 4th and inches. I think we have to go for this. I think we have to go for this. We're gonna go for it through the air. Eyeing Ferguson here. Oh, and Ferguson gets so much more than just the 1st down. Ferguson absolutely cooking here. Jacaden Ferguson, transfer wide receiver. He's been awesome. And another touchdown. Beautiful, beautiful. Rashard Garrison filling in as our starting running back with Bo Jackson out with the broken collarbone. He's filled in admirably. We are looking good in the early going on this game. Another offensive moment. Love to see it. Let's try a stick concept. Just going to say I thought Ring might be open. It is very enticing to take a shot. And we're going to do it. We're going to take a shot to Ring. And it's simply too easy when you don't give safety help over the top. That's another deep bomb for George Ring that we audible into because we see they bring the help down. They don't respect the pass. A little wobbly on the spiral, but George Ring goes up and gets it. Defense still pitching a shutout. They're going for it on 4th down. Somehow our extra point was blocked on that last touchdown. I guess they're not going for it on 4th down. But they're going for the field goal. Okay. 2-minute drill. Get some points. We welcome the challenge. We have dominated them today. But what have you done for me lately? As it so often goes. They're blitzing. And gets it to Ring in space. Let's keep it moving. RPO peak corner. Give to the back. Get 3 yards. Maybe not the call. Maybe not the play. Got Rain on the corner route. I mean, nobody looks like they're covering Kane. Gonna call one of our timeouts. Fade out route. Tried to get it out. I mean, he was open. I felt the pressure though, and I got a little antsy. Not the worst, although I would love Elder to not keep getting, or Bryce Baker, excuse me, to not keep getting hit. Well, I don't know how we got the ball here, but we will take some free points. Cash money. Don't know what's happening. They score 3. They're going for it on 4th down. 4th and 3. We'll call a man blitz. Keep Jackson out. One-on-one with the corner on the outside. Beautiful coverage. Can't tell who that was. I wish I could have seen. But great coverage on the outside. One-on-one. We called the blitz, and they got it off. So that was a little risky. We'll look for Ferguson depending on where the linebacker goes. But they clear out space. We're not letting him take the hit. We'll run out of bounds. Maybe he could have made some magic happen, gotten in the end zone, but we don't want Bryce Baker in a game we're up 23-6 in the 4th quarter. We don't want him to take hits. There we go. Rashard Garrison, not a big game. He's got some wear and tear. So that is something we'll have to look out for. Byers is in. Okay. Perfect. Kane on the outside. And that's just blown up. Not fooled at all. We're reading Ferguson. But we find George Ring streaking across the end zone yet again. He has been phenomenal. They're going for it on 4th down, 4th and 10. This is probably the last they're going for it moment we're going to go for. 24 points. We have a big lead. Not much time left to mount a comeback. Too good. Simply too good. Although not good enough to beat 0-3 at the time. Troy, our rival. So, you know. Bryce Baker. Looking at Correa. Byers makes a big catch, takes a big hit. But that's how you move the ball in the red zone. Go with a little read option. Reading that defensive end. Crashes it. One man to beat. Can't get there. Bryce Baker, though. I mean, I thought he might get there. Go with a little play action. And that's just, I don't know what I'm thinking there. 3rd interception for Bryce Baker. I think his final stat line likely looking worse than he actually plays in the game. Because we have played with some bad quarterbacks, and I would not say he falls into the category. Would not say Bryce Baker is frustrating to watch, and that should be the ball game. We cruise to a win, 30-14. Easy money. 7 for 106 and 2 TDs for George Ring. We're gonna check the halfway point stats here, but he's been awesome. Bryce Baker not always throwing a spiral, but it's always on time and on target. And really, what more can you ask for? I mean, their offense also. I mean, shout out to the defense. Holding them to 1.4 yards a rush. They were 20% on 3rd down. Not good. We lost the turnover battle, as we have been doing lately. Defense has been stout, but not really, getting many turnovers. Bryce Baker threw some INTs. That's okay. Rashard Garrison, 18 for 58. Bryce Baker, 13 for 45 on the ground. He ran a surprising amount. Lewis Byers got a little bit in on the action, as we saw before. 7 for 106 and 2 TDs for George Ring, including that bomb. Bryce Kane, a little bit of a quieter day, 5 for 25. Jacaden Ferguson, 2 for 35. And let's check the defensive stats. Scarlett and Ogboko each with 1 tackle for loss. No sacks. Pretty quiet day for the defense. I mean, they did an excellent job, but fairly quiet day. Although apparently they forced 3 fumbles, and Tavius Elder, Ben Hanks Jr., and Kenton Allen all forced a fumble, and Kenton Allen recovered 2 of them. That's huge. That's huge. We're going to return to the hub. Advance the week. See how things might change. See if we nab any recruits. Close on a few. I want to see that. We don't get a recruit screen. Unfortunate. Let's see if we move up. We've moved. I was going to say conference prestige. We're not really changing any of our grades thus far. Let's check out the recruiting screen. So Vildor, Georgia Tech seems to be gaining slightly more ground, and I can't imagine why. We still have enough time. I think it is worth trying to sway him. I think it's worth trying to sway him into a pitch that has a better grade for us. So proximity to home and playing time. Let's see if they have one that has those 2 anyway. Proximity to, you're telling me that's the only one? Unfortunate. It's going to be a medium success rate if we try one. Like the clutch, where we have good grades all around. A+, B+, B-. We're going to try a medium success rate on him, and then we're going to give him his actual pitch. There we go. It's risky, but I mean, you can see Georgia Tech is gaining on us, and it must be just because they have a better brand exposure grade. So that is unfortunate. We're doing okay on Miles. We know he wants to be. Oh God, our pitch grades for Tim Miles are horrible. He wants brand exposure, playing time. I mean, it might be worth it might be worth trying to do the same thing. Trying to sway. Playing time. I mean, honestly, something like this again is our best bet. Medium success rate. We have a little room with these 5 stars, so I think it's worth trying to get a little funky with it. We're probably going to lose out on Huma. Probably makes sense to bail on the hours. Devin Manning looking pretty good. Karoma looking pretty good, although OU does have a Week 9 visit. They may steal him from us. Bobby Collier, we got so close to getting before Mississippi State, but That one might come down to a battle. We'll hard sell Duff. And then, if there are any guys that are fairly close to committing, we'll throw 50 on them. Throw 50 on this tight end. $50 on this receiver that we liked. And that should be it. I was hoping we could get some of these commitments, but we're starting to slowly lose ground on these 2 5-star corners, and so we need to try and sway them to our desired pitches. We're going to look at the season stats halfway through the season. Bryce Baker has been throwing, he's been completing passes at a 70% clip. We need to keep our championship contender up too, otherwise he will leave. 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. 9 interceptions, not great, but he has been quite good. Takes about only a sack a game. On the ground, he's also got 167 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, Bo, he has not even cracked 100 yards on the season. Obviously, the 4th game, he got injured and barely played. This is in 3 games. Rashard Garrison, the running game has been much worse this year. But I believe all of last season, Brock Glenn threw for 2,500 yards. So, Bryce Baker has really been revolutionary for the program. Bryce Kane and George Ring and Jacaden Ferguson, honestly. Who needs running backs when you got Baker? Honestly. These three-headed monster. I didn't realize Jacaden Ferguson was getting involved as he is. Kane has a slight lead in yards, but he's more the short yardage guy. George Ring with his 99 speed obviously is burning him deep a lot of the time. 5 touchdowns for George Ring. 3 for Correa, who's been a sneaky weapon, as I've said, in the red zone. Although the run after catch, I was going to say, yeah, because Ring is usually just catching it deep. And Ring has also not dropped a single ball yet this season. So that is huge. Yeah, Ring's longest reception, 48-yard bomb. Carmaceo also apparently has caught 1 ball for 30 yards if you look a little further down there. He can do it all. Blocking. As you would expect, our highest rated offensive lineman has given up the most sacks. Make it make sense. Where is Abel again? Giving up no sacks. Abel has been great, and we need him to stay. We need our coach prestige to go up a little bit. On the defensive side of the ball, Kenny Pete leading the team in tackles, followed by Ty Jackson, middle linebacker. Tackles for loss. Cornell Burden has 10 tackles for loss in the first half of the season. He's been a star and should continue to get better. He obviously leads in sacks with 5. Antavius Elder has 2. Ogboko and Camden Hardy with 1.5 each. Scarlett and Kenton Alden. We only have 1 interception through the first 6 games. That's a little concerning. A little concerning. Kenny Pete with the interception. We saw him make it. Ty Jackson leading in pass deflections. Well, that seems unlikely that our defense has not had a single catch allowed on them. Forced fumbles. We forced 5 apparently. Recovered 4 of them. But yes, that is the state of the team. Let's check in. Let's check in on the top 25, see if we're on the edge of rankings consideration. Show rankings. Others receiving votes. Not in the mix yet. Not in the mix yet. see. Alabama 3-2, Michigan 6-0. Any surprises? Texas, Notre Dame, Pittsburgh has been consistently good for a while now. No real surprises. App State, I guess. That's a little bit of a surprise to me. Louisiana. But otherwise, kind of the standard fare players you would see at the table. We've got ranked Tulane. We're looking up at them. But I think we should be able to take them down. Let's see if we play them this season. I'm not quite sure. Last thing we look at. We don't play Tulane this season. Interesting. And we also don't have a bye week until the end of the season. Not ideal. We're just going to keep playing games straight. Boys won't have the time to recover. We have to be honest, we've been gifted a very easy schedule. A very, very easy schedule. We didn't change it at all. And there is no reason we shouldn't win out and finish the season 11-1. So that'll be what you have to look forward to in the next stream. We'll also check, just last thing. Bo is out for only 3 more weeks. Only 3 weeks. So if we look at the schedule, where does that put him? Where does that pencil in for? So he's out at Rice. He's out at Charlotte. He's out at Florida Atlantic. Comes back for Tulsa, Navy, and God willing, the battle for the bones. But it would be disappointing to see him leave after all we've invested in. But that'll do it for this episode of Dragonslayer Dynasty. UAB rebuild, the year 4. Year 4 is off to a smashing start. And hopefully we can build off that success in the next stream. So thank you all for joining, and appreciate it. See you next time.